We are live.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
Do you know why some businesses succeed and some businesses fail? Why some businesses grow and some businesses don't? That's what this show is all about. Business, business, business. And here we is.
All right. We got the whole crew.
We got the whole crew. John's done hunting Nazi gold for once, so he's back. Yeah. Nick is back from whatever they do in South Africa. God knows. So,
thank you, Nick, for joining us again. Great to see you back here. Show number 4, I think. 4, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good to have you
back. Just so everybody knows, as of Friday morning, because this is Saturday morning, David. It's Saturday, David.
It's holiday. It's Hollywood Saturday again.
It's Hollywood Saturday. But as of Friday morning, we surpassed 50,000 subscribers. Yesterday, we surpassed 50,000 subscribers on, if you will, Two Old Farts Making Noises / 2OF Entertainment channel. So we are over 50,000 subscribers right now. So we want to thank everybody.
Dollar found. Yeah, it's a big thank you to every listener of this show.
Yeah, and every show. So
and every show.
And it's 7. It will be 8 o'clock New York time. We have a new series premiering. It's called Cigar Noir, Classic Cigar Noir, which is done in the 1930s Maltese Falcon Humphrey Bogart way. You can go to our playlist and you can see all the upcoming events, but we'll do 2 of those every week. They're about a minute and a half long. If you're a cigar and scotch fan, it's a very cool thing. It's all very black and white with very Sam Spade-ish type thing. So it's very, very cool and Maltese Falconish. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. That's done with actually the guy who came up with the concept for No Snobs or Knobs. So it actually airs right after No Snobs or Knobs every Saturday.
All right, new shows. And we've got big goals. We've got big goals for the channel, right? We're just going to be batting shows all year.
We're going to put up new shows. The goal, David wants 50 shows, so people can just come to us like a television station. We're still negotiating with the Roku people to see if we want to do that, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if that's good, bad, or did. But right now, the goal is 50 shows on a weekly basis. Right now, we have about 15 shows on a weekly basis and another 15 on a monthly basis. Yeah. So, yeah, the goal is to have 50 shows. So you can go to our channel anytime to a playlist and there's something new. Wow. So there you go. Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you guys for all being part of it.
The show works. The show works for our guests. So be a guest on our show because we had Corey Doctorow, science fiction, Canadian science fiction writer, on the show. And he talked about the concept of Enshittification, which is the worsening of internet services because of monopolies and trade wars and the centralization of data. And he's in the Financial Times. Corey
You're
Doctorow,
welcome.
Financial Times.
You're welcome, Corey. It's all because of us. No one knew who you were until you came on our show. So you're welcome.
We do quote the Financial Times enough, I think, to have had an influence on that.
There you go. So it's the same thing we told Brown Car Guy, which he does Sermon on the German and Hypercar on our channel. And he hit 6 million views at some point last year on his channel. And I wrote to him as a joke publicly, you're so welcome that you've been on and at that point he had more subscribers, more everything than we had. And he's like, yes, if it wasn't for, Two Old Farts Making Noises, I would have never gotten here. So he's only been an automotive journalist for 30 years and he's worldwide famous, but we helped him, of course, get to 6 million views. So it was cute.
The proof is out there.
He has to wait slightly shorter on a long queue. Now he's been on the show.
There you go. And apparently David has asked Mr. Putin to be a guest on our show.
Yeah, evidently some other guy elbowed me out of the way and so I didn't get a chance. So
okay,
you gotta fly there. You gotta fly there, David.
Oh hell no! I think he's going to come to. He'll come to Amsterdam, meet me at Schiphol Hilton or whatever.
You guys will go to a cafe, have a conversation.
Wait. So when you asked Putin to be on our show, did you email to where did you send this email?
I sent it to the to the Kremlin.
Right to
there's an address for the Kremlin online.
Well, there's like an info
Gotcha.
Kremlin.ru.
And did you send him like the Lost Dollar Business Club, or did you just send him our channel?
No, I sent him a calendar invite.
Yeah, right. Do you think he has Gmail or iCal?
Hey, look, I mean, if he doesn't want to be on the show, he's going to miss all the publicity. That was my gig. And then he got some American guy going there, and it wasn't a very good interview. I saw a little bit of it this morning, I think. And they were all complaining about the fact that he had Mr. Putin had a bit of a itchy leg and couldn't keep it still or whatever. And but I don't mind. I'll talk to him, even if I have to sit at the other end of that extremely long white table.
But why don't you just send him a nice email that says, "Dear communist motherfucker, we would like to interview you on Lost Dollar Business Club," and go from there instead of just a calendar invite. I don't think he's going to respond to a calendar invite.
Well, I mean, my initial thoughts was on no snobs or knobs, because he qualifies to be under both categories. But but we'll see.
Did you send him the links to the show so he could see the shows?
He needs to see the shows.
Okay, see, I send links. When I ask people to come on the show, I say, here's our main channel page, here's the shows, and here's all the playlists. I'm like, pick. And that's how it works.
The way you're going on about this, Stephen, you think I was making it up, but there you go.
With you, I don't know. You might have really sent a letter to Putin.
I did.
Okay.
Info at Kremlin.ru. Yes.
There you go.
There's something, Ministry of, we're here to talk to a sort of ministry email address.
Oh, Ministry of Propaganda. Got
Ministry
it.
of Truth.
Ministry of Truth. Hey, since you're going to email world leaders, and I'm sure that your equivalent to the CIA will be at your door any day, you might as well ask Xi from China. You might as well go after Missile Boy in North Korea, and you might as well go after all the wonderful people on the planet. Then, if you're going to do that.
Yeah, I thought I'd do the whole thing.
I would try those guys too.
We have a show. I think it runs here in Holland as well, called "Who Wants to Be a Millionaire," and I'm sure we can run a show that said, "Who Wants to Be a Dictator," and then we can have them on every week.
Oh, like a game show.
Yeah, it's a game show. Well, Gaddafi is dead. And so is what's his face?
He was up for it. He was up.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we're going to have a new show with these guys. Who Wants to Be a Dictator? I like it. I'm sure none of them will show up, but any up and coming dictators.
As long as we get the spelling right, because if not, we get lots of porno, but that's the last thing we want. But there you go.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, good. All right.
Poor John.
What can I say? Should we just? I think we better run an advert now. I think.
Yeah, let's run. Get the freedom and the flexibility of remote work in the lucrative tech industry. Bend your life around the world. Bandicoot is the premier course and community for thriving in a remote tech career. Join the revolution today. Bandicoot.com, official partner of the Lost Dollar Business Club.
And we're back.
Yeah.
And we are back.
We are back. Well, we've got. So in terms of talking about, enshittification is the idea that these massive. This is Corey Doctorow's idea. Is the idea that these massive platforms like Facebook, they just squeeze out all value from us, the people who are on it, and then the businesses who use it just for shareholder value, of course, over time, and because they are essentially digital monopolies, they can, with no competition or regulation and no way for people to get out of it, that they have that ability to kind of abuse its people. But there's another big company that seems to be petty in a way, and I think that was the article that David sent us about Tesla Chicken and Pizza in the UK. Tesla Chicken and Pizza. So this guy, this chicken shop owner in Greater Manchester in the UK, took on Tesla in a trademark dispute and lost very badly.
Yeah.
Lost badly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
that's it. Tell us more.
I think his argument was it's like a name. It's like Mr. He was referring to Mr. Tesla.
That's right.
And originally nobody had an issue with it, and then all of a sudden Tesla did. Probably at the same moment that Elon Musk couldn't get his 53 billion or whatever billion
55.
or whatever it was,
Yeah.
or whatever. And it was a bit miffed, so he thought, well, nobody's going to sell a burger or a kebab or whatever with my name on it. So, which isn't his name.
I mean, it's odd because it makes the claim that Tesla has some complimentary goodwill because Elon Musk wrote a tweet saying that Tesla would open a restaurant under the Tesla logo at one of their supercharging centers.
Wait, so here's what's funny about this. We are doing a trademark for some of Cheryl's restaurants, Dim Sum Darling, right? So the only reason we can get it, and our patent attorney was going through it all with us, is because we have a restaurant running and yada yada yada. But if you don't have it and you're like, I want it, in theory, that's not right. Unless he has an actual, it's great you have the Tesla name, but if I have a kebab stand that's up and running called Tesla, in theory, I don't know if it was, I'm sorry, I didn't see the article, because, I have real things to do. Not really. Anyway, but anyway, I don't know if that was in a British court or a U.S. court where he lost it, but in the U.S. court, he would win because Tesla needs to then have an actual chicken stand. And the guy in Manchester has one. And he's not saying he's part of Tesla Corp. He's saying I'm Tesla. So I don't know if it was done in the UK, you're a bunch of friggin' pansies over there. If it's done in the US, then that's technically wrong.
In the UK.
And then the UK doesn't know what they're doing. They're fucking idiots. Yeah, but we knew that.
No, the argument was, look, Tesla had registered the Tesla name before that.
But for automotive, you can't do a blanket registration.
No.
Yeah. That's how it works.
Typical Yankee, you go down to contract details. But the idea behind all this is that the Tesla name was already out there. You just added the chicken, so you could piggyback on the Tesla.
Chicken and pizza.
You already, you're piggybacking on the reputation of a company that's already been out there, and so
really. Is that what we're going to go with? That's such bullshit.
Spending billions in getting the name out there. So part of I mean, this is from a marketing point of view. Part of the reason why you have earned and paid assets is exactly that. They're spending billions of dollars in getting the Tesla name out there in multiple channels. So they're kind of going, well, we're going to protect the Tesla name. And he is, to be fair, is riding on the back of the Tesla name. So it's the recognition.
Yeah, but American corps have a tradition of this because McDonald's did exactly the same. They actually sued a restaurant in Scotland from the McDonald brothers, who were actually called McDonald, and so they couldn't use the name. So it goes from the sublime to the ridiculous.
Stupidity.
Yeah.
Well, in Israel, they have a McDavid's. And McDonald's tried to sue them, and the Israeli court was like, pound salt. It's McDavid's, not McDonald's. So I still have a problem. I don't like Elon, period. And Elon, we keep inviting you to come on the show, but we know because of your small penis syndrome, you can't make it. But if you decide to come on the show, please let us know. I don't think that's right. I think Tesla chicken is not, anybody with a brain knows that is not
chicken and
cars.
pizza.
Right. So if you're going to if you're going to have a restaurant at a charging station, good luck with that. I'm sure you really won't.
Well,
then you need to do that.
One. You need one because they're half an hour.
Well, you do. That's right.
But my point is that, okay, then do it. Like put up a kiosk or put up a food truck or do whatever and do it. So if I was this guy, I would still fight Tesla. This is a bullshit thing.
He lost.
The problem is that
he lost. You have to pay them money, and he had to pay like 12 grand on.
It's just too costly.
Yeah, court costs.
Yeah. He said he's given it up. It's taken him 2 years, and he had to pay £4,000 to Tesla.
That's
so
ridiculous.
he's done.
Their cars aren't even worth £4,000. Crap.
Well, not anymore after that recall, right?
Yep, the recall. And BYD is now surpassed Tesla in EV sales on a global level.
Are these real sales, or are these sales of putting them in a EV graveyard and calling it a sale?
If the Chinese tell me something, it's true.
It's true.
That's how I look at it.
The sales in the respect that have gone on a container ship somewhere out of
China.
Oh,
okay.
And the ship is sunken. So
talking about electric cars, I was this morning finishing off Hypercar Highlights car review, which is also on our channel. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And this was for what was it called? Lucky Cat. Lucky Cat.
Oh, okay.
I think it was something called Lucky Cat, and it was by which I didn't know, it was an absolutely massive Chinese car company called the Great Wall Motors, GWM.
GWM.
Yeah. And so that was a new one on me, and they are sort of snapping at the heels of BYD. So
wow.
So massive car companies in China, sure.
Yeah.
I think
and I suppose exports count when it goes from the gate onto the boat, and then whatever happens to it, if it goes to a graveyard or like it is here in Holland, stacked up across the long side of the motorway.
I will tell you, BYD has made a supercar. I can't remember, but it ends in number 9. I saw it at a show in California.
Mambo number 9.
No. I saw it on this show in California. I will tell you, they want to charge like 100 to 150,000 USD. And it is probably better than anything out there other than like a Koenigsegg or maybe a LaFerrari. But all the other shit that's out there, even better than a Lamborghini. This car.
Wow.
Yeah, this car is like, I'm very impressed with it. Now, whether they'll sell it here or not, I don't know.
That car, Stephen, is beyond your dreams. There you go.
Oh, there's no car beyond this.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, well, that's what BYD stands for. Beyond your dreams.
Beyond your dreams. Well, let me tell you, the supercar they came up with actually looks like it really just came out of like a sci-fi movie. It is absolutely. It's like just wow. The drive, it was like really impressive.
Yeah.
Full electric. It's very nice. Oh, listen, there's an electric car. It's $2 million. I want to say it's called Rimac. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's a $2 million car. It's like the fastest thing in the world. And I said to the guy, how far is your battery?
Right.
300 miles. It's 300 miles if you're lucky, right? And this is if you don't do anything but just drive. So if you decide you have to pass Nick on the right, with no radio, no air. But if I have to pass Nick on the highway, and in Texas we have 80-mile-an-hour. So if I'm not doing 60 and I see Nick at 80 and I'm thinking, I can go to 90, or I want to go a little faster, you will literally watch the battery go from 100 down to 50 this quick. Like in a Tesla, when you hit super mode or on any of the EVs, even a Porsche, it's like, okay, so if I drive like a 105-year-old guy, like John, then my EV will do exactly what you say.
Which car is this?
It's called Rimac or Romac or something. Okay. It's got 3, but I'm just saying it doesn't matter if it's the Porsche, the Tesla, any of them. Yeah. If you don't just do the local speed and you decide you want to open it up, the minute you open it up or you hit, even on Tesla, when you hit like whatever, zany speed or whatever it is, light speed, you literally will watch your battery go from 100 to 50% this quick. And I said to the guy, I can't take it on a road trip.
It's the same as an AMC BMW 6 Series. Yeah, when you can actually sit in that and gas it and watch the petrol go down.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. You can hear it.
But ironically, I heard that Toyota, they've just brought out their sales figures, and they're saying, EVs are virtually bottomed out, but the sales of hybrids is sort of really taken off because. Yeah, people want to have the opportunity to go electric, but you can't rely not so much on the cars. I think
it's the infrastructure that's the problem. Yeah,
the infrastructure,
charging stations. Yeah. Unless you're in California, they're great. Like here in Texas, I noticed.
Or unless you want to go and get a burger or a pizza from Tesla, then it's fine.
Right. No, I only want the Tesla chicken and pizza guy, and he's closed now. I can't eat. But the problem with EVs right now is that, and that's what I said to the guy because the car's in Houston at a dealership. I said, so driving it back to Austin, I said, I'm just there. He says, well, then you get home and you'll plug it in. I go, but if I don't make it.
If you don't,
so they show you the map of all the stations, and then I looked at the map. I'm like, this is interesting. So then you have to pull up what works. Most people will tell you that 50 to 70%, and this is true also in the UK, of the charging stations when you get there either don't work or broken, or the handles have been snapped, the screens, like there's a whole list. So I'm like, really, if I want to go on, like they have car rallies, if I want to take a car that's an EV on a car rally, unless you have 500 to 1,000, I'm talking miles, not kilometers, right? 1,000-mile charge, or at least 500 miles, you have to literally start the road rally with everybody. Then you're going to have to be like, oh, I got to go 20 miles out of my way to go charge my car for an hour, then get back to so as much as it's cool, it's only good for around town, which kind of
you're not doing an electric car road
1,000 miles. Yeah. If you had 1,000 miles in a car, it would weigh, like as much as a Sherman tank, because the amount of battery you'd have to have in it.
But with the technology coming at some point, I would assume we should be able to do that because that's the only way people are going to go 100% EV.
I still maintain the whole EU industry is sponsored by McDonald's because they're the only ones who actually make any money out of it. Because, at the moment, you have to go to a charging station, you go and buy a burger at the same time. So
that's why Tesla's smart. I mean, not Tesla. I mean, Target's smart. They let Tesla put the Target near us. When you drive by it, there's I think 20 stations that are there.
I've never seen 20 EV stations.
Oh yeah, there's 20, and every Target place has like these 20 or 30 charges. And at first I said, well, that's stupid. And then I'm like, no, it's not. There's Starbucks in the Target. Target has, so like they're like, come in and shop for the 7 hours you have to charge your car. So
sounds like fun.
Different. Yeah, can't wait. I'll fill it up with petro. I'm going to support the Middle East.
And for the record, we do. For the record, the Lost Elephant.
Love the UAE. We love the UAE all day long. And I'm telling you, Saudis they're correcting the error of their ways, and they're coming around. And Omar, and he was a very nice guy.
So they're only only cutting off half as many heads and hands now.
That is correct. They cut half the head now. So I'm very excited about that. Fans of the UAE. Okay, Michael, what else do we have? We went off on a tangent. I apologize.
Yeah, no, that's a fair tangent. But we've got another great article from David on one of our great topics, AI.
Me? Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so always you. Well, you did bring a good one with this is a new AI, a companion AI called Pi.ai, Pi.ai. Yeah. And this one, you still have to talk to it through the keyboard, but it'll speak back to you in a voice of your choice. A guy's voice, a friendly woman's voice, and just talk with you about whatever you want to.
Can I get a guy from Brooklyn? Can I be like, hey, I got the AI right here, pal? I mean, can I get one of those?
It's odd. It's odd. They specifically were saying that they won't do, or at least one of the researchers was saying, they often don't do strong accents, strong regional accents, because studies suggest that the harder a voice is to understand, the less likely we are to believe it. So I don't know. I believe
people believe Trump.
It's from Brooklyn, though.
A guy from Brooklyn would be great. Could you? How you doing today, sweetheart? I mean, that would just be the best. I love it. I would want not a British AI. I want an AI from Brooklyn, and if it could be a Puerto Rican from Brooklyn, female, Poppy.
Wow,
all day long. I'm using that.
You got to put in a request to 11 Labs. 11 Labs is working on 40 AI voices across gender, age, and accent.
That would be, or an old Jewish mother.
An old Jewish mother.
Yeah, that's the default. But I stumbled upon that because some woman was complaining. She kept hearing all these voices coming out of her husband's study, and she couldn't work out what it was. And he'd got it, linked up to Alexa. So he was typing in all this stuff, and it was talking back to him. He said, "Well, it's just a companion, right?"
Right.
Yeah.
Just wait till you get with the robots we were talking about last time.
You get a special.
I played with the website and had a conversation, and it was just, it was sort of like a yes person talking to you. You'd ask it a question, and it'd come up with a little, a nice soft answer that wouldn't offend you. And I asked for recommendations on certain things, and it declined to.
Did it say something like Maradona didn't cheat at the World Cup, John?
No, it didn't.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
I sent David a video.
We're not going to let this guy, are we?
Messi score, and he responded poo-hoo. So I'm not surprised at the comment.
Wasn't it Messi that didn't play in Hong Kong last week, and everybody was really upset about that? Or was it the guy from Miami? Who's the guy in Miami for the soccer football team there?
It was a mess. All of it was
Messi
a mess.
is playing in Miami. Yes,
that's the guy. So Messi went to Hong Kong for the games as an exhibition game, and they didn't play him. And all the fans in the Hong Kong Football Association are all pissed off.
I'm not aware of that.
But they did manage to sell a lot of shirts before he didn't play. So that was the most important thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
A lot of tickets too, David. I mean,
a lot. They did. They sold out, and the people were like, pissed off. And Messi's coach said, "Well, we didn't want to risk it." And I think what it was is Messi's like, "You don't pay me enough to play over here. I just play in the States." I've seen he seems, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I've never met you. You could be the nicest guy in the world. I doubt it. You seem like you're a dick. And I think he's not one of these guys that's like fan friendly, this friendly, that friendly, where you see some of the footballers are very friendly. He just seems like a dick.
Did you see? You have no idea what Messi is like. He is one of the best guys in the football world. He's an extremely kind person.
All right, maybe. I don't know, John. Everything I read, it doesn't seem that way.
Did you see how kind Ronaldo was
No, he goes out of his way to be kind to fans.
Oh, then I apologize. And then I take that back. It wasn't Messi. It was Ronaldo who was the dick.
Ronaldo was really good because this was just something just broke this week. Right. He was given a scarf by a fan, and he just stuck it down his trousers and wiggled it around a bit, and then gave it back to the fan. So.
Oh well, I take that back. Ronaldo's not a dick. He's a perfect gentleman.
Yeah, Ronaldo, good difference. But Messi, no.
Okay, I think I knew it was one of them, but I can't remember because they're all the same to me. So, but one of them was like a dick to everybody, and the other is like very hugging and loving of the fans. Huh?
What's really important is one of them doesn't play for a country that cheated at the World Cup.
Okay, I just wanted to get that.
It's amazing how sore losers are.
There we go.
Well,
even after all these years,
I like honest losers. I like honest losers.
Oh my God! Still talking about the World Cup. Okay, what else do we have before we go down this path? Because we can always talk about how bad South Africa's electric and infrastructure is, but I think that's a whole show. So I think we need to prepare for that for next week or something.
Well, does Nick want to give us the preview of that show? Do you want to give us the preview of that show, Nick? What's going on down there in South Africa?
Yeah, next week.
Yeah. Yes,
Nick's disappeared apparently. That's the preview. No power.
We lost him.
That's the preview, guys. Come on.
That's the
preview.
The shit show continues. Is it?
It's interesting. It's interesting. We've kind of gone. To be fair, they've kind of stabilized it to a degree. They've kind of kept it at. We kind of mitigate between stage 1 and 4, and there's 7 stages. So we've kind of been ticking along there. And we've got elections coming up soon as well, so they're super sensitive to the fact that they've got to keep the power on. So it's interesting to watch how it's a political game as well as physical, I think.
Hey, so, David. By the way,
wait a minute.
Pi,
Here we go.
Just so you know, I asked him, did Maradona cheat? In addition to a whole bunch of things. Additionally, FIFA declared that Maradona was not guilty of any intentional wrongdoing. Instead, praised his performance and overall impact on the tournament. It's fair to say that the opinion of this event was divided among soccer fans, but ultimately Maradona and the Argentine team were officially cleared of any cheating allegations. I stand my case.
Well, obviously, AI has never watched the video. So if you watch the video, he was waving. He wasn't waving to his mum. Let's put it that way. He was just,
There you go. FIFA, Pi.
FIFA. Hey.
He was clearing something out of his eye, David. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
FIFA is one of the most honest organizations on the planet.
That's the right thing. You see?
If FIFA says it's okay, it's okay. So
it's a very good AI program.
Let me ask you guys this question, because this apparently is an ad hoc show. There should be no snobs or knobs apparently today. But there was an article in The Economist the other day, and it talked about Trump is not leading Biden as much as you think. In a recent, like, I guess you poll of the planet, he's only 2.8% ahead of Biden. And they said that's not a lot, and that could turn. So my question is, what do we think of that? And then now with Biden and his, I have a great memory. Who are you? I'm a little worried about that. And why aren't the Democrats putting at least, I don't know, John in, because at least he has a memory. So, what do we think of this? Do we think there's something here? Or do we think they're both going to just kaputs before the election?
I think you're going to hell in a handcart. That's what I think.
Oh no! Oh
no! Just give it all up and just take the government out. I mean,
it's not so much to ask for a president that can remember things. That's not so much to ask. Remember who was talking.
Evidently, it is, but you keep doing it and you can't remember. Who said that? Did you ask me?
Well, Ronald Reagan. I don't. The 60 Minutes did a story when Reagan was president. Reagan would tell stories about him doing certain things. And the stories that he was telling were the stories of him in movies. Right. He told one we were standing on an aircraft carrier and blah, blah, blah. And 60 Minutes then would show the actual scene that he was talking about. And he said, I was in the field riding, whatever it was, boom, boom, boom. I was playing with a chimpanzee, boom, boom. And they did this, the whole segment was just his memory while he was president. Maybe it was just he was using it as a metaphor. But if we were saying he was mentally sound, they're going, maybe not. So...
Well,
well, in Reagan's defense, he was an actor, and those acting situations can be very convincing.
Yeah. I think in America,
back in the 50s. Are you kidding me?
In America's
on a stage.
I'm sorry, but remember, polls are not, the most accurate things.
Oh, I know.
At the end of the day, so
polls are.
Who knows where the whole thing is? But
who knows? There's a long road. There's a long road.
Well, did you hear Nikki Haley also lost an election to none of the above?
Yeah,
last week
in Nevada.
It was like they said Trump wasn't even on the ballot, and then Nikki Haley came into second to none of the above. And I'm thinking, wow, are people this stupid? First of all, I want to meet none of the above because I'm voting for that person.
Oh yeah,
but it's just like, really, I mean, it's really
people have a right to say no, none of these candidates are any good. And I think a lot more people are starting to say that.
Yeah. Well, but nobody seems to be concerned.
This
is what's getting me. We have two 80-year-old gentlemen. And I'm not saying they don't have all their faculties. But we have two 80-year-old gentlemen. Not saying that being president, you should be your 40s, 50s, or 60s, but I think we need people that are a little younger.
No, but we do need fresh blood all throughout our United States government.
Well, I don't know about fresh blood. I think you need a lot of fresh sperm. I think because it's you're doing something wrong. Yeah.
We need to have
Ronald Reagan, and then everybody, and then these two idiots. I mean, come on.
More than 75, you can't run for office. Period.
I agree with that. And you should be kicked out of the Senate or Congress as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we need nice term limits. Would be nice for Congress.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, definitely. We can't have these lifers.
No, you can't.
And also the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court too.
Well, that's the one exception, though.
I don't agree. I think you have to say you're 80 years old or you're 75 years old. Thank you very much, but you need to go now. Yeah, you can't just like Ginsburg. You can't die in Grove.
The only people that are going to vote for that are the people that are currently in power and are probably already older than 75. So it's like turkeys voting for Christmas, isn't it? It's somebody has to sort of be very radical and say, look, we have to push this forward because, to be honest, I mean, our news that we get in Europe, I think in the UK as well, is just full of, Trump doing weird shit, Biden falling down on the stairs, going into an airplane. I mean, that's as serious as we take American politics, and it's frightening. It's absolutely frightening to think that a yesterday superpower, second only to the Chinese, the USA,
supposedly,
allegedly, are putting these two gentlemen forward to represent you. It's frightening.
Well, don't be worried, world. Don't be worried, world. It'll all pan out in the end for the best for America.
No, it won't. Not at all. Listen, here's the problem. One, we at the Illuminati, we're pushing these guys forward because we want to take over everything, and this is a good way to do it. And the lizard people are right behind us, helping us. But really, at the end of the day, American people, as much as they talk about they have balls, and it's great. I'm sure if you're in a gang of 50 or you wear a hood over your head, you have balls. But the American people, when it's one person, has no balls. And as a group, for most of them, they play ostrich. They stick their head in their sand and they call it a day until someone says, listen, at a certain age, you're done. Like, there are guys that had Strong Thurman, I think, was in Congress until he was 100. All right, enough. Like, you were there 50 years, get your pension, get the fuck out. I mean, there's got to be fresh stuff, and there should be term limits.
You got to pass the baton.
And it's not good. And when you get to 80 years old, let's say 80 is the limit, you're 80 years old. You cannot run for president, and you can't be 80 when you're president. So these guys are both 79, 80. You cannot be president. It's that simple. Republicans, find another lunatic. The Democrats, find anybody with a brain. And let's have a real election. This election is going to get down to, unfortunately, where it's already going. Name calling, civil war, people are talking about. I mean, all the crap, right? This is not going to be good for this country. Yeah, and that's it. To Nick's point, fear-mongering. And that's ridiculous.
Can you write in a guy?
Yeah, we can. Write in, but it won't do any good. The Electoral College won't look at it. And that's another thing. The Electoral College, we have the Electoral College, needs to get the fuck out of here. That's an antiquated system. You should be president like everybody else by popular vote. In fact, the Brazilian president that did what Trump did is now being indicted by a court in Brazil for his trying to, overthrow the government. Here, they're masturbating in the Supreme Court, trying to figure out if Trump should be allowed to be on the ballot in Colorado. We are so screwed up and pathetic as a country. It's embarrassing.
You're doing something about it, because I saw it on the news. People were standing outside with placards. I mean, that's dangerous, isn't it? It says, Trump is a traitor. I saw that.
That's great.
You saw the placards, yeah.
I saw the placards.
They made it on the television. Right. Yes.
Placards today, riot shields tomorrow.
No, I don't think the Electoral College should be limited. Absolutely not.
No.
Really? No. I do. I think it should be popular vote.
Yeah.
I think they should do it. I think they should do it the Argentinian way and take them all up in airplanes and take them out one by one.
Or you could do it the South African way. You have a power outage.
Yeah. You guys called it literally 4:00. The power crashed. I'm like, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
That's what we're here for.
On the challenge we got.
Well, here, hold on a second. Let's do this. Let's pay a bill.
Making the right connections is vital to your business and professional success, but reaching out to strangers is awkward and mostly a waste of time and resources. Imagine a world where AI takes the hassle out of networking. Enter Hero, your noise-free professional network powered by AI. What's so cool about Hero? How about getting your own AI networking assistant that's dedicated to solving your challenges by handpicking connections and opportunities that are right for you? But Hero does more than just meaningful matchmaking. We equip you with a customized storefront accessible to anyone on or off the Hero network to help enhance your brand and boost your revenue, making it easy to turn those meaningful connections into valued customers, all within Hero. Hero is networking as it should be, meaningful conversations with well-meaning people without the noise.
All right.
Hey, we paid a bill. Who knew?
Hey, David, did you know that the British countryside is a racist colonial white space group of, according to the what is it, the national...
Which AI are you talking to?
No, this is from the Wildlife and Countryside Link, a charity umbrella whose members include the RSPCA, the WWF, and the National Trust.
Yeah. And that's why I left 40 years. That's why I left.
Colonial legacy, which was created an environment for some fear, and is dominated by white people. How about that?
Yeah.
Huh?
Well,
something's dominated by white people. This is a shocker. I have never heard this before.
Yeah. Well, luckily for me, I left 40 years ago, so I basically don't give
a racist colonial legacy continues to frame the nature in the UK.
Well, nothing like that.
I always wonder.
That doesn't shock me.
The UK has gone bonkers because, hey, British culture is white. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
That's right.
Allegedly.
I don't know how deep you're looking for that, but I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna find stuff out there if you're looking for it to highlight the racial divide.
But this is a very big organization, and it represents a lot of things. It's not some little dinky little outfit, you know. It's they're just going.
Is it as big as the 2OF Entertainment Channel? That's the burning question.
No one's that big. Let's just come on.
We hit and that's subscribers. Come on now.
Yeah,
that's right. We're kicking ass.
So I think we have to go to Lost and Found now. Is everybody? Everybody.
Oh, I got mine. John, do you have yours? Or that's what John's looking up right now. That's why he keeps looking for stuff.
I got mine.
I have them. Don't worry.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Welcome to this week's Lost and Found, uncovering dollar winners and losers, where we discuss dollars lost and dollars gained by various companies and projects.
All right. Well, John, since you and Nick were away last week,
all right. So
kick
here's
us
the
off.
deal. So in the Super Bowl, the U.S. consumes, a lot of stuff. They consume 54 million avocados.
Right.
90% of those come from Mexico. So,
okay.
In the days before the Super Bowl, they ship around 6,000 trucks to sort of top off the demand. So it's, it adds up to about 30,000 trucks of avocado. So that's, I don't know, a couple of billion, I don't know. The total yearly consumption is about 2.5 billion that Mexico sells. So I think that's a
win.
So avocado
win,
Super Bowl
right?
skyrockets during the Super Bowl.
All right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Look for avocado producers.
The other thing that I'm going to say is a loss in the billions. So couple of states, Illinois and Maryland and a few others, they have a annual grade report on schools, right? They spend about 1.4 billion in Illinois.
Right.
Now, at the grade level, 53 schools in Illinois, which I don't know if it's all, if it's all of them, but 53, where the average, per pupil spend is around $20,000. Some even go to 50.
Okay.
Zero students can perform math proficiency.
God.
Wow.
That's a loss.
Yeah,
that's $1 billion loss.
That's $1 billion.
That makes it for the avocado game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got the avocados and
Mexico. That's all you need.
Next week we're going to do our show from Illinois and pay in cash and see how that works. I think we're going to make some money.
All the people that had all the little bowls to put the avocado dip in, they must have made a fortune. Maybe Tupperware made a fortune.
I found that amazing. It's zero proficiency in like 53, 90 schools.
Yeah, well, the public system, more.
Welcome to public schools in America, ladies and gentlemen.
Wonderful, yeah.
Nick, what's the good word from South Africa today?
Yeah, so I'm not too sure. I mean, I'm sure everybody is familiar with Vodafone. So we have Vodacom in South Africa, which is a subsidiary / sort of they're on the same page. And I'm not too sure what the holding these days is of Vodafone to Vodacom. But basically, it is one of the biggest telcos, certainly cellular providers in South Africa. Just to position, hang on, just before we get there. I'm not too sure if you guys have this please call me functionality on your cell phone. So you can send a text message for free that says please call me. And
we text for free.
Yeah, we text for free.
We text everything here is free.
We were a number of years ago, and I think still today. I mean, part of your package you get text for free, but text are about R1.30, which is free in the basically, but it's So call it, I don't know, 3-4 cents. I'm not too sure how you'd actually in real value, but 3-4 cents.
Power went out because they didn't like what he was saying.
Yeah. They didn't like it.
He came up with this "please call me" idea, because in South Africa, the mass population struggles with cash. So they came up with this "please call me." So you send a "please call me,"
right?
Very clever, because I send you, Steve, hey, please call me. What does Steve do? Picks up the phone and phones me. So very clever idea, because there's communication between the two people, but at the same time, the telco is literally making money out of the call from you, Steve, to me. Okay.
Oh.
And this one guy came up with this idea, and it was about 2007, I think it was. And he came up with this idea and pitched it to Vodacom, and Vodacom somehow snuck it into the system and has now been using it since 2007. Okay. Oh, wow. And he sued Vodacom for a number of years now for it, because he's like, I invented it, I gave you the idea, and Vodacom's not a challenge, not a chance. And recently this week, the High Court gave him the guy who sued, a gentleman by the name of Kenneth. They said Vodacom has to pay between 5 and 7.5% for all the total voice revenue that was generated from it, which is for 18 years, which is approximately 7 million rand. So
nice, very nice. Look at that, a court that's not a bunch of pussies like the UK court. So there you go. I love it. That's great. Good for him.
Wow,
that's brilliant.
That is awesome.
Good man. Good man. See, persistence pays off.
Persistence pays off. Mr. Michael, and then I'll go, and then of course David's going to show some fakakta thing with some cow saving Pluto, but who knows? Michael, what do you have?
There was the Independent, Tom's Hardware. Many tech news outlets reported on a story about how 3 million smart toothbrushes were used in a hacking attack. But then there was a huge clarification with this title: the viral smart toothbrush botnet story is not real. So no one hacked 3 million smart toothbrushes, but this is kind of the warning of the future that get ready. All these smart devices are going to get hacked at scale, including your toothbrush.
And fake news from AI. And the fake news will come from AI. I know Disney is suing the Times, or the Times is suing Disney, or one of them. I read an article that talked about, because they're doing AI doing news reports. If I'm AI, I could have a field day with humans. They're stupid. They'll believe anything.
It's gonna be a wild ride.
I know. Yeah. So now here's a good story. Yes.
Is it a lost dollar or
I think it's a loss for all of the news outlets that reported as if it were real. You think they should?
Well, here's an interesting story about the Super Bowl, and that is, of course, where Superman goes to the bathroom. The 2004 Super Bowl is advertising. The world's largest brand spend is estimated this year to be $650 million, securing TV slots around game this Sunday. That's crazy. I remember when the Super Bowl would be like at 2 p.m. and no one gave a crap. Now it is an all-day event that everything stops. Even if you're on an airplane, the pilot will tell you the score. I don't care. And especially these two teams. I don't care about the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't care about the San Francisco 49ers. I don't care. Nobody cares. So it is a found dollar for advertising. And it's going to be great for you, for the commercials, because I will say the Super Bowl commercials are always wonderful. Yep. But other than that, could care less who wins.
Avocado industry.
Avocado industry. Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Tupperware for all the little Tupperware bowls to put the avocado mix.
For the Oompa Loompas. Yeah, they need to eat in a little bowl. I saw Willy Wonka. I did.
Avocado. You got to dip something into your avocado.
That's what I said to that girl, and she didn't believe me. Anyway, what do you have for us, David?
Moving swiftly along.
Yes, moving swiftly along.
Moving swiftly along. Yeah, I've got a little film
of course
to show you, but I just wanted to show this. I'll give you a little bit of a rundown. It's called Sugarcrete, which is 5 times lighter than cement, and cement is an incredibly polluting product. It's probably one of the most polluting products on the planet.
Okay.
And of course, there's an enormous amount of waste from sugar production, mostly because most countries, the US, the Brits, the Dutch, the French, have raped and pillaged most of the world and put up sugarcane plantations. So there's lots of sugarcane being produced, and So yeah, so it's a byproduct of that. So I'll just run the film, and then we'll come back to the last little bit of text.
Sugarcrete, new building material from sugarcane waste.
So that's a really interesting. That's an incredibly interesting development, I think.
Interesting choice of soundtrack on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not mine. But it actually came from the university itself, I think. So obviously they had to give their media department something to do as well.
That's right.
Yeah. So this is from the University of East London, along with the Grimshaw Architects of London and Tate and Lyle. Who have an atrocious reputation in the sugar industry, but yeah, they're now looking to do something with this bio waste. You saw them on that clip using some sort of substance as a binder. I think that is, I think there's probably going to be a patent to whatever that is, because obviously it's not inflammable, and it turns the sugarcane waste into something quite hard. So
seemingly durable.
Yeah. But interesting. That's I'm fascinated to see what we can do with all the crap that we produce, because we produce so much crap.
Yeah,
literally. Yeah. So
the modern age is really good at producing trash. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, really good at it.
We've done. And look at our upcoming election. There you go, bunch of trash.
But I'll put the details. I think that'll probably go up on this as well after the show, and people can Google it and have a look at it.
Sure,
because it's fascinating stuff. So
very cool. Well, that is it. Another Saturday comes to a close. After this, don't forget you have no snobs or knobs, which is actually interesting because it's the bunch of Vikings showed up with our cigar people, so that was a fun show. And then remember, after No Snobs or Knobs, you have Cigar Noir, the classic stories. So that'll be kind of cool. So you don't want to miss that. Premieres this Saturday, today, in 2 hours. So there you go. It'll be very nice. Everyone has to watch the new gig. And that's it. And next week we'll be back. I don't think we have a guest next week. I think it's just us.
Next week. It's us again.
Okay.
Us again. Okay.
Yeah. And
if you want to be a guest on the show, write us.
Well, reach out.
So,
yeah. Our guests in the show had a good time. Michael Collins last week and Aaron, I forget his last name, but they had a good time. The show did really well.
Yeah. Well,
Michael Collins. And of course, you're going to get your name in the FT as well. So that's
true. From Corey. Corey knows that. Corey.Doctorow knows that we got his name in the FT thanks to us. So we know what we're doing. So yeah. So if you want to be a guest, come in. Thank you to everybody for helping us hit 50,000 subscribers. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Tell your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and like. And we'll see you next Saturday. That's what we do.
See you next Saturday.
All right. Ciao.